days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man. A man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolves, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic relief crusader.
Guys, welcome for another Titillating Tuesday this week, and welcome to everybody that's here so far. Boy, we got that's in the chat right now, along followed by the illustrious Carla Burton, all the way in Kiwi Land. Carla, hey Lenrod, and we got somebody else joining in. Also, we got this mysterious stranger here called Killer Rabbit from Outer Space. Please don't kill us. We're trying our best here. So, howdy, Killer Rabbit from Space. And also joining on the stream, we got all the way from the East Coast, we got Foggy Brains joining us. How's it going, dude?
Good, and how are you?
Not too shabby, my dear sir. And we also got joining into the chat, Wendy, Trauma Warrior. To you, Wendy, how's it going? Yeah, well, 2 years on YouTube. I want to thank everybody that celebrated with us. And don't feel bad, you can watch it on the rewind. Carla, I'm looking at you, so... So, it's quite all right. We had a fun time. God, we had like a 3-hour show. That was hard to believe that went up for that long. So, and Killer Rabbit, yeah, some carrots and lettuce would help. Well, then we shall try to find an ample supply of carrots and lettuce. And maybe even some nights that say knee. So, because that would probably help. So, how's the start of your week going so far?
Me? Oh, good. Keeping busy, doing photography, keeping the Comedy Central going here on my end of the country.
Nice. Very, very nice. And, well, I mean, because, yeah, up here in Canada, in the frozen white tundra, I mean, we all had a long weekend. So, God, I know. I got some well-deserved sleep. I think yesterday I slept about 12 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I almost forgot what that was like. So amazing.
Sometimes you just got to re-energize.
Oh God, tell me about it. Right? Oh, I needed a beer though. So. Other than that, I hope everybody's week is starting out well for all of you out there in the land of YouTube and on Rumble, as we're simultaneously broadcasting as well. And, well, let's just start into it with a good laugh. This in funny news that I found that came out yesterday. Well, this from the New York Post. A transgender woman demands ex-boyfriend returns her testicles from his fridge. God.
What?
Yes.
What? No. Oh god.
Why are you keeping it in the fridge? Are you like, I don't know, saving it for Thanksgiving or something like that? Like,
It's a good side dish, maybe. I don't know what.
why would you even keep those? Exactly, Lenrod, yes. Why would you even keep those?
I don't know.
I don't know, for a brisk or something? I have the faintest idea. No, JRC 99, you made it just in the nick of time. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just saw this. I'm like, oh, I am so including this in today's wacky news of the day. So,
So many things to be said, but I'll leave that alone.
yeah, I know. Killer Rabbit from outer space. Hey, I'm hiding my spaceship outside of Flin Flon, Manitoba. Oh, you're a fellow Canuck. There we go.
Woohoo!
So, isn't it in imminent invasion from outer space from killer rabbits? I don't know. I'm wondering. So, yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know why you would keep this. You'd think they'd.
Do you want to look at them someday and say, "I was once this"? No, what? I don't. Do you coddle them in a little blanket and go, "Oh, I remember the days"?
Yeah, memories.
What the hell?
I don't know. I have the faintest idea. This was just funny, I thought.
That was a good one.
That is a good one. So, well, I don't know. Apparently, the ex-boyfriend, if you probably look into it a bit more, found out something he did not want to find out and kicked her out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he was too impressed. And it's like, yep, no, I don't think so. I'm sorry. So, Carla Burton says, yeah, he wants to see if balls to the wall was a real thing.
Toss them against the wall, see if they stick.
It's like spaghetti. See if they're done. Wendy Drummer, I have questions about that, but I'm afraid to ask. No, ask away. So, because inquiring minds want to know. So, Conrad, so we can use the line, you ain't got the balls, but I do. I mean it.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's enough of that trauma for today. So, yeah, I have mine nice and neatly packaged away, where it's not going to cause any harm to anybody else by causing traumatic brain syndrome of some sort.
What do you even keep them in? You keep them in Tupperware?
Probably. I don't know. I'm here looking for some free-range protein for my people. Okay, I get it. So JRC, so the ex-boyfriend is a real baller. Yes, he was. So,
we're here all day.
I know, right? So, what they look like, a brain in a jar of liquid. That's only if it's small enough and uncircumcised and... Yeah, no, never mind. I won't go there any further. So, because the jokes can just keep on going on and on and on.
Yep.
I know, right? There's so much fun you can have with that. Okay, so, seeing how, God, someone accidentally opens a jar of pickles. Oh, Lord. I have the best chat, I swear to God. Anyway, so seeing how San Diego Comic-Con has come and gone for a new year, this was just revealed recently, which most of you people out there do enjoy a good sci-fi series. This that came out from the San Diego Comic-Con, a new rumor, new details revealed about Stargate series that was supposed to be announced at San Diego Comic-Con. So, to many of you, more like pickled onions. Jeez. Oh, God. Or if you're in Canada, they're curry oysters. So, anyway, so and many of you guys out there were a fan of Stargate. It looks like, because there's been rumors going on for a while that they want to bring back the Stargate series back again, which is not too bad. I mean, considering how I liked it. And then it had a bunch of spin-off series and a bunch of movies. We had Stargate Atlantis, and I believe we had Stargate. Universe, Stargate Universe.
Yes, that one wasn't. That was the least. That was the least best of them all. I liked Atlantis, and I did the original, of course. Loved it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. I really, really dug Richard Dean Anderson in this. I mean, he really pulled it off with the entire series, and I think the casting was done pretty well.
Well, yeah, I mean, consider it was based after the movie, which Spader played the original. So,
yeah,
I thought it was really. I loved it. I was a huge fan. So,
I did. I don't know. My wife thought it was kind of boring. I got a kick out of it, and it definitely expanded on the whole Stargate mythos of sorts. It was kind of like.
Well, the thing
go ahead.
We know how they cast things nowadays, and I'm as such a big fan of this. I'm scared of how they're going to cast it.
Yeah, definitely. In today's current climate, that's what I'm kind of worrying about right now.
Yes.
So
don't ruin it, please.
Exactly. So this from Banning in the Comic. A new rumor claims to reveal significant details about Prime Video's plans for a new Stargate series that was supposed to be announced at San Diego Comic-Con in July. According to a YouTube channel, The Podcast, Prime Video planned to announce this Stargate series at San Diego Comic-Con, but ended up canceling the announcement due to the Writers Guild of America strikes, the writer strikes that are going on right now, which apparently the actors have popped into as well. So, and then, of course, for copyright reasons, I can't play the video, but they noted, according to sources very close to the project, the big announcement was scheduled July 23rd at Comic-Con during a panel. The panel was to unveil the Stargate road map moving forward, starting with a movie and then a limited series. The podcast, I can't talk today. Part of my lip is actually swollen for some odd reason. The podcast added, it has nothing to do with balls, I swear to God. The movie would serve as a plot, bridging the gap between Stargate, SG-1, Atlantis, and the new series. Later in the video, they shared their current plan is to produce a movie as a special two-part event that acts as a pilot for the new series. Okay, well, that's not too bad. So, are we talking, do you think it might be just a TV movie, or do you think it might be a movie? That might be rather...
I'm going to say they're probably going to release a quick little snippet and then see how fans take to it, because nowadays you never know. Release a little TV movie, something like that. Okay, people seem to like it, a good thing, make it into a series. But they might test the waters, which nowadays I think that's smart.
I think so too, yeah. Because you never know, especially in our current little climate, how things are going to be going whatsoever. So yeah, I think that's just totally my smart idea on their part.
Exactly.
Yeah. As for what else I had planned for the San Diego Comic-Con, a number of guests, here we go, were lined up, and while the guest list was not completely finalized before the strike canceled the event, a number of Stargate alum were hopeful attendance. This includes Amanda Tapping, Michael Shanks, Joe Flanagan, Robert Picardo, David Hewlett, Paul McGillian, Lexa Doing, Doig and Christopher Heyerdahl. Well, definitely, like a few of them I do know. Obviously, like Amanda Tapping and Michael Shanks. So that's kind of good to hear. Prime Video also allegedly had a teaser video in store for the panel and would start with the shot at the Golden Gate Bridge panning down to reveal a Stargate underwater being activated. The teaser wasn't hinting at a specific story, but to build up some hype for the new project. This tease returns fans to the end of Stargate Atlantis, where Atlantis lands in the Pacific Ocean near the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Well, that's not too shabby, because I really actually never caught the end of Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah, nor did I.
Carla Burton, didn't they have Atlantis already? Yeah, they did, like as a spin-off show. So I'm guessing this takes place after that, as far as the article goes on. Killer Rabbits from Space. I liked the first Star Trek movie, but didn't care for the shows. No, that's all right. It takes a bit of, I suppose, for me. I can only speak for myself. Once you get past the first, I suppose you could say the first two seasons, it really picks up.
Yeah, I'll my opinion. That. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is slower. I mean, and of course, the movie is compact into just a few hours. But I found I was a fan myself. It was very. I know fellow sci-fi fans that didn't like it as well. So the show, but I mean, it's a select few. But it's an acquired taste, if you should say.
I suppose so. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. I wonder if I could actually get away with playing the ending. We'll just pause it every couple of seconds and see what happens. Yeah. So.
I heard you died and came back to life.
Well, yeah, because you're like the X-Men, so you know. Everybody dies and comes back to life.
Pretty much. There's a few things I still need to do.
You up for taking a walk?
I don't see why not.
Well, you know what? I gotta say I'm totally impressed because this actually made his career. Mr. Aquaman himself in this show. So.
You can tell it's been a while since I've seen
that. I know, right? Like,
I forgot he was in that actually. So
yeah, because I knew vaguely. It's like I know I've seen this guy from somewhere, and now as far as I remember, this was like totally a Canadian production. On top of that, too.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, it was like totally filmed in Canada. But yeah, I mean this definitely set Momoa's way into Hollywood by taking part of this smash series.
No, I look at his characters now, so
something you should see.
Oh yeah, totally.
So all is well. Your homeworld was saved. You and your friends survived, and all thanks to my 0-point module.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I remember in Stargate they were fighting these. I don't know, what was it, like some sort of vampiric, leechy kind of alien guys, something like that.
I have this odd feeling. I'm going to go back and rewatch it.
It's been a while since I've seen this.
Yes, I'm forgetting a lot of it too. I love the original series, so.
Yeah. Killer Rabbits from Space. I recently watched the first 3 episodes of Farscape Season 1. Wasn't too bad. I might at least watch a few more. Yes, Farscape was totally awesome. Yes. Yeah. Man, oh man, I love that series. And especially for an Australian production on top of that, that was a great storyline. And I think what ended after 5 seasons. And they had to cut it short with a 2-part movie kind of thing. But yeah, that was a fantastic series. Frank. Kyle Martin. I'd never seen Farscape because it was on around the time of Great Star Trek. I'm watching Voyager. Okay, if you have Roku, then it's on the Roku channel, Carla. Just in case. So they got all the episodes there. So yeah, it's a fantastic series. I would definitely go and highly recommend this.
No, I also
That's
think there's
right.
a new series they're referring to exactly who's going to be cast. That's what I'm curious about. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly, right?
So I want Christopher Judd.
Question is, what would happen next time?
Yeah, totally.
Is there going to be a next time?
That sounds ominous.
You have room for 2 more?
Yes, the homegrown doctor from Voyager. So, I forgot he was in this too. So that's right. Man, I forgot. Hey, James Caserta, how's it going, dude? I don't like the lead. Well, that's okay. So, you know what? Like I always like to say, if you like it, you win. If you don't, then you know what? That's okay. So, Carla, yeah. I have a friend with a lot of TV shows who can help me out. There you go. Yeah, and you're right, Killer Rabbit from Space. It's on Tubi as well, so you can definitely check it out on Tubi. So,
Of course. Ronan. Welcome to where? We managed to actively before we came too close. This entire area.
so okay. So just to get this straight, all right. So Atlantis is in the Bay of San Francisco, and it's cloaked, and they're not worried about maybe ships digging into it or something like that. I don't know, but that's okay. Whatever. All right. So,
Like I
I
said,
suppose we can just.
the original series was the best.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
You okay?
oh yeah, that's right. And they had Kelly from Firefly. I forgot they had her in this series as well. So there was another good cast that they added into this because I loved Firefly.
That is a show that needs to be redone, or at least continued.
Yes. Yeah.
Nathan's hinted at it. He wanted to do it, but just no studios wanted to take it on for some reason.
I know, which is a big disappointment.
And I've got you. What else would I need? Yes. Yes, it is.
Only to find out that San Francisco is now turned into a hellhole. So,
Well, can't you just walk into a store
and they have just run into. Oh, yeah, of course they can, because everything is free in San Francisco. So, including the needles and the feces and the homeless people all over the place. I'm sure they want to work, so labor would be cheap. So, God. But yeah, she was in Firefly. There's another rumor going around about Firefly as well, that seeing how it was owned by Fox, and now Disney owns Fox. Well, at least most of the lineups in their movies and shows and stuff like that. That there also is a rumor that Disney might want to bring back Firefly. However, due to the fact that Joss Whedon put out Serenity, which was put out by Paramount, there might be a few legal things here and there to probably work out, or leave out the entire events of Serenity altogether and just continue on from where.
TV series, yeah.
Yeah. So, and if Disney gets a hold of that, or if Disney does that, oh God, heaven help us all. So,
well, that's the part that scares me. As soon as you say it's Disney that owns it, I'm like, oh, I remember. Oh, maybe sell it off, please. Don't know.
Exactly. Ledrod, yep. Free noodles, free dookie, and free tents. So, Killer Rabbit from Spice. The only show we got on my planet from Earth was Jersey Shore. So we knew that there was no intelligent life on this planet. You're looking in the wrong place. So, that's right. And diseases. So, yeah, Disney bad. No! It's true. There's been a rumor going on for about a year, maybe a little over a year, that Disney might want to bring back Firefly. So, James Caserta, yeah, it's the American Blake's 7. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that.
Like I said, I'm a brown coat myself, and I love it, but I just be scared that it's with Disney in control. What are we going to do? What are we going to censor? Because it was a very open comedic show, too, and it wanted to be, and they didn't hold back on the comedy. Whereas with Disney, it's going to be of a different ilk. So
exactly. Yeah, because it was like a community in space on a ship that basically resembled, like the Old West community.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
You have Kaylee kind of as the engineer, which would double as your blacksmith, Mal, and I suppose Casey. So, or double as your sheriffs. Wash. I don't know, being the pilot, what would he be like in the Old West?
I don't want to give spoilers away if you haven't seen the movie, if anybody watching, but remember what happened to him in the movie. Well, maybe it would be good to get rid of that continuity and just continue the TV series instead. That'd be okay.
Oh God, yes, please, because what they did to Wash was just unforgivable.
I know.
So, but anyway, as for whether this new Prime Video show will tie into Stargate Universe, the podcast stated, according to sources, Stargate Universe will be left out due in part because of the cast size, as well as a bit of a tricky situation dealing with David Blue, which is a shame because you really can't address Universe without the characters of Eli Wallace. The podcast said their source did not share any information with them as to why they're working with Blue. It would be tricky. Yeah, I suppose, but it really left it just open for Universe. Because it got canceled, I think, after 2 seasons?
Yeah, again, I wasn't big on the latter shows. I didn't mind them, but again, the original series was the best. A brilliant show, so well done. And nowadays, I find these companies are just reaching and let's re-release something. But I'll say it again. To me, it's just lazy writing and just how about let's create something new. Unless you're going to continue the original stories. No, let's just No, you're just taking a franchise, living off the name of the franchise, and then you create something that has nothing to do with it. And fans are like, well, what? No. So and then you're doing the name of it. So.
Because there's been like a lot of fans that have been speaking out ever since this rumor popped out saying, don't you dare. And they've been very vocal on top of that, saying, don't you dare include any, quote unquote inclusivity or, any of the woke bullshit because we do not want it. If you put it in there, we will not watch it, period. Right?
That's the way it is.
Exactly, right? This is the only thing that they can get right. Listen to the fans. The fans are the heart of the show. Doesn't matter what show it is. It's as simple as that. So, not only did the WGA and SAG strikes allegedly delay the announcement of this new Stargate film, limited series, but the podcast also notes that it's possible it would shelve the entire project. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. As a result, they said, the ongoing strike, the waters surrounding Stargate are now murky at best. According to our sources, the strike could hit Stargate as well as the RoboCop reboot hard. They're wanting to do another RoboCop reboot?
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yes.
Oh, boy. Well, this is going to be interesting now, isn't it? Like as a TV show or like another movie?
I'm not sure. I just know the word RoboCop has been thrown around to rebooting it again because the original film, of course, is a classic. The reboot was not that good.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
On top of that, filmed in Toronto. Yeah. Hail, Tim the Enchanter. How's it going? Yeah. So, yeah, they could have done a little bit better, I find, with RoboCop. I didn't mind it, but it's obviously not the original. But when they
I actually didn't hate it. I for a watch, if you want for an individual film, it actually was really well done. I didn't hate it. But now the talk I'm hearing is Peter Weller will be involved with the new one.
Oh!
How? I don't know. He might be a side character to help, but they're saying he might be involved with the new one. That's what I've heard.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Exactly.
The only thing I didn't like about it, because, in the original one, they're like, take away his hand, right? Like, it's gonna be like a total body makeover. So they took away his hand, obviously, the hand that survived, basically. Yeah. And then in the newer movie, like, what was it, back in 2011 or whatever it was, I forget what, but, but they kept the hand. It's like, no, take it off. Just take it off.
Yeah, I find, and they kind of toned it down a bit. If we know RoboCop was it had violence, gore, and everything too, but they toned the new one down. I find a lot too. It was like, nah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So, James Caserta, yeah, Buck Rogers too. Oh man, they want to do Buck Rogers again. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my god. Yeah. So the podcast stated the timeline will be 100% be shifted, but we're told that there are several people pushing hard to make sure both projects don't end up back on the shelf. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing in a way. So, yeah, you need to turn the gain. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. That's the weird thing. Apparently, my mic is working too well now. So, sorry, guys. I hope this is actually sounding better right now, so I just moved it probably another 2 feet away from my mouth. So that, or I'm just projecting too loudly.
So much energy. Just
yes, so much beefing. So yeah, well, if they make it a continuation, let's bring back, or I don't know, either bring back some old villains. Like I don't know, maybe I hate to say it, maybe like a Back from the Dead kind of thing, or come up with some sort of totally unique villain that really poses like a greater threat than the Goa'uld, or maybe dive a bit more into the ancients or something like that. I don't know. So, James Caserta, if Stargate has a spaceship, then how is it different from Trek? Yeah, exactly, right? maybe that's why Universe didn't stick around so long. It's like you're on a spaceship, but you also have a Stargate on top of that. So yeah, how different is it from Trek then at that point? So
exactly. So
yeah.
No.
Unless it's a different mic, people have laptops. No. I don't want to fiddle around with that on top of that because.
But like I said, there's so many new series out now. We rely, to me, in my opinion, too much on the past. Like I said, I'd love to see some remade, but I like the new series. To me, rely on new writers. Let's invent something new. Let's stop going back into the past all the time. Like I said, there's Raised by Wolves, a really excellent series, but they canceled after 2 seasons. Silo, which is fairly new. All brilliant, amazing new shows. I mean, technically, The Last of Us is sort of sci-fi, sort of, amazingly well done after a video game. So there's a lot of new Twisted Metal. I mean, there's a lot of good sci-fi series out right now that are doing amazing. And yes, we can always go back to the past and rehash or continue stories. Continue stories one thing, but rehashing with new casts and stuff, I find that's overdone, and I'm just getting kind of tired of it.
Yeah, you want something new, something not done. You want the writers to actually come up with something very creative.
Yeah.
James Caserta says, yeah, the Wraith, they were good villains. Yeah, they were pretty good. I have no problems with them. So, Lenrod sprays trains with laser smoke. Jeez. Yeah. Come up with new villains. Like, find out who. Forgive me if I'm wrong, because I'm really trying to remember, and it's been forever since Stargate was out. But was it found out that the Ancients actually constructed the Stargates originally, or was it somebody older than them? I can't remember.
I'd have to read back up. But yeah, I know that we're all getting old now. We're all forgetting it now because it was a few years ago that it was out. So,
yeah, but it was quite a long time.
Exactly.
So maybe the chat knows. So,
because I have them here. It was Atlantis, Infinity, the original SG-1, and then Universe. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch these. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. So we're being told that Amazon began shifting focus from scripted content to non-scripted shows. Planning dates will be pushed out, since non-scripted neither requires writers or actors. That's where Amazon and other studios will be going there. Our insiders say that if the strike isn't over by September, then everything could be delayed until as late as 2027. Dang. They further asserted. If the strike continues into 2024, the production slate for the following year will be determined, and they will have to wait until end of the following year to get the ball rolling on new scripted projects like Stargate. Wow. Dang. That's a long time to wait. However, for some odd reason, I don't think they're going to be waiting that long.
Probably not. It all depends on what's going on in the strike, but we can talk about that after this. So,
yeah, true. Kyle Burton says, read old myths and legends to be inspired, not there's a property already existing, let us ignore it and make up our own BS. Yes, exactly, right?
All too often we see that happen, exactly.
Killer Rabbit from space says, yeah, we use wormholes to long distance travel, but the worms hate it. They do. Yeah, because they move so slow. So, Ron, you gotta go. Thanks for dropping by, dude. I really, really appreciate it. Carla says, yeah, I just see the strike as a great opportunity for people to see what old shows were like, how well they were written, and audiences expect more. No, you're 100%. So, because we don't want retellings or, re-scripted shows that were already told. We want something fresh, something new. And I think that's the problem with a lot of writers that are in Hollywood right now is they're just, just taking a lot of member berries and just sprinkling it in what looks like a good show. I mean, look at season 3 of Picard, for God's sake.
I haven't even touched that series. I'm for your other hosts sometimes on, and I know they break it apart. I just listened to that and I'm like, ain't touching that with the 10-foot pole.
Oh God, yeah. There were so many freaking member berries in that show. Oh my God, I slugged through it because I had to for Admiral Teague, and because he was doing Saving Star Trek, and I'm like, oh God, please don't make me watch this.
I see him all the time. I hear him talk because he just doesn't seem to like. He just wow.
They go into a big giant space cloud, and then it's like giving birth to these alien jellyfish creature things. It's like you're just redoing the same thing from the first TNG episode of Encounter at Farpoint or whatever it was. Where they encountered Q for the first time on top of that. You're just basically redoing that. And then, they go into this space station where they got the body of James T. Kirk basically in a freezer. And then they got a Genesis 2 device. It's like touching on all these stupid member berries that, oh, well, the old fans will love this. No! You're just desecrating everything else that came before with, try to make people watch. Oh, my God. Yes, Encounter at Farpoint, Carla. You got it. And then the biggest nail on the head was the last episode where, they bring back Enterprise D, encountered the Borg cube that was in orbit of Jupiter, and essentially, to stop the Queen Borg, they fly into it, just exactly like the Millennium Falcon in Return of the Jedi, with the Death Star 2. Fly inside it, and it's like, pew, 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 and then blow it up from the inside out. It's like, God, what a blatant ripoff that was. And nobody wanted it. Nobody asked for it. They couldn't do anything new. They're just grabbing from little things. And if they redo Stargate again, this is the last thing they should do whatsoever. If you want to show creativity as a writer, write something totally brand new, something that's going to catch audiences. Maybe one or two things from the past, but don't make it all about it.
Basically, they just but it sounds like they almost want to hear here's an AI, let them write it and give them the past stories, and they'll just rewrite the same thing.
Oh, crap. Can you imagine? Jeez. James Caserta. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Strange New Worlds is trying to relax the storytelling structure, make it more cinematic. I'll never watch it. But, Strange New Worlds is so bad. Oh, my God. Especially that last episode with the musical. Oh, my God.
With the strike on, I'm going to tell everybody watching now. I'll give your followers a little heads up. Here's some good ones to go watch if you're looking for older sci-fi. Now that the strike's on, it's going to be stopped. There's one called Dark Angel. I don't know if you remember that. That was amazing. Falling Skies. I suggest that to everybody. It's sort of like The Walking Dead, but with aliens. A brilliant show. Only lasted 5 seasons. Ended perfectly amazing. Oh, Falling Skies is amazing. Brilliantly done. Remember the original series, the Sarah Chronicles? The Sarah Connor Chronicles. Remember the Terminator? That was actually really well done. So some good shows from the past that are really good. Now you can go back, watch Halo or other stuff like that. But Dark Angel, Falling Skies, Terminator. That's 3 sci-fis right off the top of my head. If you get a chance now that there's going to be a strike, depending on how long it's going to be, to go back and watch some good sci-fis.
That was the weird thing, because Fox had some really good shows like those ones, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, James Cameron was totally in on Dark Angel, and that was pretty good. And then I don't know what it was over at Fox, but it's like, no, you know what? We're going to cancel this. It's like, what? Why would you do this? You got a good thing going. Yeah, right? It was retarded. If I'm not
mistaken, that was around similar time of Fireflies. I think they didn't like sci-fi back at that certain area. They only stuck on name brands such as like Star Trek and stuff. Anything new, they didn't let it continue. I noticed as much. So
I know it was stupid. They had another one that was like what was it in the 90s? Another sci-fi series that was like really good, Space Above and Beyond.
I've heard of, yeah.
You've heard of that? And I think it lasted like one season or maybe 2 or something like 1.5 or something like that. And it was getting really good, these space marines and encountered this other alien race. What was it? They called them Chigs. And, and this big firefight, right? Just basically the human race. And then you had these other like subhumans, they called the in vitros, that were like, genetically modified humans, but they were kind of looked down at. And they canceled that too. And the story was getting really good, and I was hooked on it. And I think it was done by some of the same writers that were doing X-Files at the time too. And that was a really good show. Hey, Deadman Walking, how's it going, dude? Nice to see ya. There is something better than great. Terrible. Exactly. But Yeah, there were a lot of good shows, and God, I really don't want them to mess this up. So, but not only is the strike delaying any production of their Stargate plans, but it also opens up the door for original Stargate creator Brad Wright to potentially get involved in the project. God, I hope so. Prime Video reportedly declined a previous script Wright had pitched because it did not align with their vision. See, you can see where this is going as soon as you hear that.
Yep.
Instead, Amazon was in negotiations with The Expanse writers Mark Fergus, Hawk Otsby, and Naren Shankar. Now, I gotta say, The Expanse was pretty good if you've ever watched that whatsoever. It's not a bad series. Like 3 seasons, I believe it was. So, but yeah, Cold Blue, exactly. So I gotta agree with that. You know, if you had a hit TV series, you know, and you got Brad Wright, that made the show a hit, without a doubt. Include him in it, and you know what? Have them collaborate with the writers of The Expanse, because both shows were equally as good.
Yeah.
I know The Expanse got cut short and they kind of had to like rush the last season, but yeah, collaborate, make it better then. So that's my take on it.
We'll have to wait and see. I don't even want to guess because I'm scared, because I'm really just, you know.
Yeah.
I know another on a sidetrack too. Lex was the other one I was thinking of too. If you haven't seen that one, that's another good old sci-fi around that same time.
Oh yeah, Lex was awesome.
Yes,
man, oh man, and that was totally unique. On top of that, I mean, yeah, think about it. You got like, I don't know, this big giant alien dragonfly ship that can essentially destroy planets.
Yeah.
You know, and it comes from another universe on top of that.
Oh, and on a side note, I'm going to mention one of my all-time favorites. It's a sci-fi butt comedy. Everybody go watch Red Dwarf if you haven't. That's enough said.
Yes, exactly.
One of the greatest ever. Red Dwarf, sci-fi and comedy. Brilliant.
Hence the reason why Carla Burton's avatar is the Red Dwarf. So.
Yes, I didn't even notice. Oh my gosh.
There we go. Hey, Titan, how's it going? Hello, did Comic Relief throw his microphone when he heard about the Stargate reboot? No, I didn't. So, no, because I'm waiting for eventually, hopefully, maybe a first episode to come out, and then I'll probably throw my microphone against the wall and just rant and rave or something like that. So, Carla Burton, yeah, my husband's watching Smallville with my boys. Smallville was pretty good. I
loved it. Awesome show. Yes.
It was. So, I don't know. I do want to see this come out. You know, I do want it to be a continuation of the old series, but yeah, come up with some new baddies. That's what I want to see. You know, more.
Off topic on that. Oh, totally with the Smallville thing. Did you ever watch?
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched Supergirl. Did you watch Supergirl?
I followed the first 2 seasons.
They actually did a callback to Smallville. They actually had Tom on playing Clark in the field at one point. It was really cool. I was like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, I noticed that when they were doing their whole rendition of Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah, it was really good. And then they had John Cryer playing Lex. He didn't do a bad Lex. Even Michael Rosenblum gave him thumbs up. He actually interviewed him and he said, "You get my," because he was my favorite Lex, is Rosenblum.
Yeah.
But he gave his thumbs up to John Cryer, which I'm a big fan of too. And you're doing a great job. And it's like, yes. And they did that scene where he goes back and talks to Clark and is like, oh, no, I just chill thinking about it. It was such a cool scene. But yeah, Smallville's awesome. So yeah.
Oh yes, no, totally, 100%. Yeah, it was a really good series, a really good run. Carla Burton, yeah, Red Dwarf is life. You are so 100%. Right on that.
I'm a total snaghead, so
I cannot get enough of that series, man. I want more episodes. I wish each season was more than just 6 episodes a season.
Well, they did. What did they do? They did the special a couple years ago. I got it on Blu-ray. Actually, it was like season 10. It was very short,
Yeah.
but it was still amazing. It was like, oh, they all came back for it. It's like, oh. But no, as for this, I notice I'm trying to avoiding this because I'm scared for this. It could be good because, like I said, I love the original Stargate. It could be amazing, but just with the climate of things, I'm scared of where they could go. It just, I don't know. I'm iffy, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, like you, I got a bit of trepidations going on, especially when they're like, well, I don't know, it doesn't meet our vision. When you're throwing around words like that, especially from Amazon.
That's a red flag.
Exactly. Because I'm thinking, okay, well then elude us as to what your vision is. I'd be curious to find out. And I'm sure millions of fans out there would love to know what your vision is. So, God, But I mean, I was hooked on this series ever since the movie came out. The one that Roland Emmerich did. I mean, it was totally fun. It was just out there. It was like, wow, this is like totally different. We don't have to fly in a spaceship, going, thousands of light years to some sort of unknown planet or something like that. There's something here, stationary on Earth, and it'll allow you to travel hundreds, thousands, millions of light years anywhere in the galaxy or anywhere in the universe for that matter, and basically travel instantaneously. And James Spader, oh God, he played such a great nerd in this. And the other thing was Kirk Douglas. He was fantastic because you know what? He really played the role perfect with a hurting dad that lost his son. And essentially, played a role so great that he was hiding his whole intentions, and you could see that, deep down inside, he was just hurting. He didn't have any more to give in life, and he didn't care if he lived or died.
It's a very unappreciated movie, I find. It
is.
Yeah, no, it is. The original Stargate was a brilliant film. Great cast,
Carla Burton says, there's about 12 seasons of Red Dwarf, but you notice there's similarities in episodes to early series. But it's still better than anything coming out today. Yeah, 100%.
100%.
God. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I can't get enough. I should do, maybe a watch party on Red Dwarf another day. Oh, God, just start from one and just go through them all. I'm sure Carla would appreciate that. Everybody would appreciate that, especially people that never watched Red Dwarf. I'm looking possibly at the rest of you, Chad. I don't know if you have, but God, you have to watch Red Dwarf.
It's part of my life. It's a very big part of my life. It's one of my favorites. So it's.
Oh, big time! Yeah, you're there. Okay, great. I'm gonna try to make this happen then as soon as possible. Because I got every episode saved on my hard drive, so it wouldn't be too hard to just show them on
hard to find on DVD.
Like that.
It's very hard to get. I got the first 4 seasons in DVD, but the other ones are hard to find. Mind you, online you can find them, but it's like it's a hard one to find. But I'm trying to get them all on Blu-ray here soon. But they're going to be releasing them soon, from what I heard, on Blu-ray. So
Ooh, nice. Oh, that would be awesome on Blu-ray. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
I'd be all over that. So what do you guys in the chat think of Stargate, about wanting them to reboot it or restart it again? I'd be curious to hear. So I know all the dialogue on the shows. Oh, I bet you do. I want more Ace Rimmer. I'm not gonna lie. I need more Ace Rimmer. I do. I love that character.
Smoke me a kipper.
And I want Kachansky back.
Yes.
They when they all came back like a few seasons ago, it's like, where's Chikant? God, I can't even talk now. Where's Chikant? I
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know, she's like, oh, well, she's just going to explore around the ship. No, I mean, I get that you know, the Red Dwarf is just a humongously huge ship, but I mean, you know, come on, just bring her back. Bring her back. I just want to see her back. Save humanity. So, several billion years in the future. Come on. So, yeah, Killer Rabbit from space. If the Stargate caretakers come to my planet, it would be over quick. Num. So, Carol Burton, have you seen Hoagie, the simultaneous episode? I believe I have. Yes. Because I'm making a point to, like, as soon as one comes out, I will watch it. I will find it. I will download it. Somehow I will watch it. So, I'm cringing in my soul at all of these lazy reboots as they end up destroying the original shows. Yeah, exactly. That's because that's the last thing I want. Yeah. Who else likes Enterprise J besides me? I'm not opposed to it. So. But the only thing I gotta say is, yeah, don't retcon. Don't add in something in a future episode where it's like where it links to an older show, kind of like what they're doing on Strange New Worlds. I hate it. Just move forward. That's all you got to do. Just move forward. Don't look back. Just keep on going forward.
The only things I used to say years ago, and it was always funny, the trope is there's the obligatory sequence of every show had it at one point is they have to do dream sequences because they got lazy. And let's go back and just rehash. We're just not. But every show has that at one point or another. But nowadays, the shows seem to be a abundance of that, and I'm like, it's just bad writing now.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. It's just
writing.
Ugh. Yeah, I know. I can't stand it. It's just like super horrible. Just don't do it. Just please. No, nobody wants that. You do. I know, right? So let's see. Oh my God, we've already pretty much hit the 1 hour mark. That's nuts. Boy, time flies when you're having fun and bitching and complaining. So yeah, they're writing coattails, exactly. Colonel Burton, Hoagie is on the episode at the beginning of season 10. It's fantastic. Yeah, the opening is perfect. God, I know, right? Jeez. I can't get enough of Cat. I need more Cat. And more wardrobe changes. So
Cat went on to do some stuff afterwards. He was actually in Blade 2 or 3, I think. The actor. He's not a bad actor in his own right. I can't think of his name offhand right now. But yeah, it's a good cast. And we know. Then remember, what has he gone on to do? They've gone on to have their own careers per se. But yeah, when they come back and do it, I'm always loving it. And I want more. I still want more. Me and my bud, we always say, "Yep, when's the next one? What else are they gonna do?"
Exactly. Oh. And hey, how's it going? Sorry I missed it. I'm not great with the math on the time zone differences. Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. We are an hour in already, and great to have you here. If this is the same Hojo that I'm thinking about, he just released a comic. Nice. So, yeah, that he's got released on, what was it, Fun My Comic, I do believe. If you go to the website and check out Fun My Comic, if this is the same Hojo, then check out his comic that he just released. So, the Titan says they can't help themselves. It's a Marxist trope to rewrite history, like the opening of The Farce Awakens. Time to make things right. Yeah, exactly, right? So, yeah. Colonel Burton says apparently Chris Berry said he's just typecast in Rimmer and is happy. I don't blame him. Yeah. I kind of liked him when he showed up in Tomb Raider as the butler.
Yes.
Yes, that was so awesome. So now we're into an hour into the show. We're just going to take a brief commercial break from Omega Mart, and here we go.
She was the hypertension I could never recover from.
Savory, tasty, briny.
All alkaline, she solidified the arteries of my heart.
Brackish, saline, soliferous.
And when she consumed my soul, she left me with the ruins of myself. Salt after dark.
You'll never salt and tell.
That's right. Salt After Dark.
Where do you
They
get
do a
these?
store near you. Where do I get them? Oh, I'm not saying.
They're amazing. My goodness, that is. As a person that wants to do film, like whoever does those, brilliant. They're just so. Oh, I love it.
I know, right? That's right. Get your Salt After Dark for your extra briny tastes to all kinds of meat preservation and so on and so forth. I have nothing else. So, now that we've been talking about TV shows and whatnot, and hopefully how they don't ruin Stargate, there is something new going on at Marvel Comics. And I'm talking comics, not the MC, or I should say MCU cinematic universe, but in the comics. So if anybody has been following Marvel Comics, Tony Stark is getting married in the reboot Invisible Iron Man number 10. Yes, again, because you can't keep a good man down. I don't know. But if you look at the cover of Invincible Iron Man number 10, if you look in the corner there, introducing Mr. and Mrs. Emma Frost.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Not Mr. and Mrs. Tony Stark, but it's Mr. and Mrs. Emma Frost.
Okay, no. If you know the history of Tony Stark, he would never ever do that. I'm sorry. If we know Tony Stark's character, how he's been written over the years, Tony would never do that. No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't think so either.
No. 100% he would. He's yeah.
Yeah. I know, right?
I groaned under my breath when you just said Marvel because I knew where it was going. Even if it's not the movie universe, I'm like, they've been doing the same thing. I collected the last series of the Avengers, which wasn't too bad. I was like, yeah, but then it ended after 50. But now they're rebooting more stuff here, and I'm like, you can just see it's no.
I know this Tony would never go by Mr. Frost.
He would never take.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
no.
He's kind of a chauvinistic to an extent sometimes, but he's very individual. Now you're reinventing characters that have been they just can't leave well enough alone.
No, they can't. This is the problem because this is really starting to irk me, and I think it has to go along with the whole. I don't know if anybody has read it lately. The whole House of X thing going on for the past couple of years. Where essentially where giant-sized X-Men number 1 that came out in the 70s introduced the new X-Men that we're all familiar with, like Wolverine and trying to think, like Nightcrawler, Colossus, yada yada yada. House of X is what Marvel is trying to do back in the 70s with, where the new X-Men basically had to rescue the old X-Men, Jack Kirby's X-Men, from Krakatoa, the living island, right? And so they're planning on later on this year or next year, the end of X, where the tagline is, Krakatoa or Kratoa, I forget which it was, may be gone, but the X-Men live on, something like that, right? And hey, Pop Culture Republic, I sent you a link if you want to hop on in, dude. I don't know if you got it. Hopefully you did. So, the Titan, to be emasculated in your own comic book, that's Marvel for you. Exactly, right? So, this going on, Marvel Comics to marry Tony Stark and Emma Frost in upcoming X-Men and Invincible Iron Man crossover event. Damn you, train. So, sorry about that, folks.
And I'm not even going to down on any person, any guy that does that. That's awesome. I have friends that have done that. They've taken the name. But if we know the Tony Stark character, as long as he's been around, and us true fans have read the comic, this wouldn't happen. It would never happen.
Exactly, right?
Just let's twist narratives around because we have to fit certain things. We got to check.
Exactly.
So.
That's right. Hey, Republic, how's it going, dude?
Hey, going well. How's everything going?
So far, so good. It's going swimmingly well. And John Randall just popped in the chat as well. Hey, how's it going, Fez brother? Nice to see you here. So this is going on. Yeah, and I couldn't agree with you totally because, he's kind of like Marvel's equivalent to Bruce Wayne, right? He's an industrialist bachelor kind of guy.
He's a player.
He's a player, right? I mean, God, that's why it worked so well on top of that in the movies, right? He played it perfect. Robert Downey Jr.
To a T.
Yeah, he was a perfect casting for that role.
Yeah.
And I suppose Killer Rabbits from Space. I have to drop out the chat. I got to report to my people. Have a great day. Please spare us from all your fuzziness, at least the people that matter, Killer Rabbit. And nice to have you here. And I hope that you like and subscribe. And we would like to conscript ourselves into your fuzzy, funny army if we can.
Just remember, we make great pets. We humans can make great pets.
Yes. We will stroke you endlessly and feed you lots of lettuce and carrots.
Love us and cuddle us and call us George. No.
That's right. Yeah. So, I don't know if this is somehow how they're planning on, I don't know, unifying, I suppose you could say, the X-Men universe side of the Marvel universe, and I suppose everyone else that's kind of like, part of the Avengers, the normie superheroes that's not a mutant.
I don't know. Say, this looked like another Avengers X-Men crossover, yet another one, because they've had, I don't know how many they've had over the decades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, look at the face on Tony right there. He just looks totally cucked.
Yep. It is Emma Frost, so it's,
He looks so ashamed of himself. I mean, Emma Frost is nothing to sneeze at, but damn. So, in keeping up with their addiction to using superpowered weddings as a marketing gimmick, of course they would, Marvel Comics has announced that their next such attempt to boost sales will see Tony Stark into an almost assuredly temporarily matrimony with X-Men's resident diamond-skinned sidekick Emma Frost. Look, they're just so happy together. Fuck bastard.
So she's psychic, so she's going to know all the times that he's going to be cheating on her.
Exactly. I can. Killer Rabbit says, yes, humans make a great midnight snack, so I can't make promises. I will make sure I will wear armored for my lower legs so you don't nibble on my ankles. So
as long as you have the holy hand grenade of Antioch, you'll be fine.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have to go find that. So and count to 5, not 3, and 6 is way out. So 6 is way out. Okay. Anyway, seen in the recent pages of each hero's respective books, times have once again taken a turn for the worse for both the Armored Avenger and the former White Queen. For Tony, his bad luck has materialized in the form of a hostile takeover of his current technology-producing enterprise, Stark Unlimited, current X-Book antagonist, Kevin Fei Long Heng, a human scientist who has augmented his own body in order to take back what he believes is mankind's rightful place at the top of the planet's evolutionary ladder. Heng has spent the last few issues of Invincible Iron Man Volume 5. You know what? That's got to say something there if you're rebooting a book that many times. How the writing is. Oh my God. Both ruining Tony's finances and using his Iron Man technology to develop a new generation of anti-mutant sentinels. Really? Okay.
Wow.
As it says right here, in the comic battles, my blood runs cold. I'm already doing the math in my head. I know I cannot win this fight. Sentinels with Iron Man advancements represent a leap forward that is beyond my current technology. Oh, for God's sake, come on. No. Iron Man is a genius. Like, that's why he's also in the Illuminati on top of that, because he's one of the most brilliant minds on Earth, you know, next to Mr. Fantastic and stuff like that, you know, technologically speaking.
There's like a handful of super geniuses in the Marvel Universe. There's Tony Stark, Reed Richards, Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a handful of them. So to say, oh, somebody's even more intelligent than Tony Stark, come on.
Exactly. You know.
And let's be honest, Tony wouldn't say that. Tony wouldn't admit to any of that.
No, exactly. His ego is too big to allow him to do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's like Dr. Doom saying, oh, you got me. You bested me. I might as well give up.
Exactly. So, run, Tony. Tell the world what's coming. We shall see which of us the world will cheer. Well, no, it's not going to be you. It's going to be Tony. Everybody. Oh, God. Really?
They have to. It sounds like a bad idea. I don't even know what this is, but it sounds like a bad idea already.
Yeah, Tony's changing his name. He's sounding like a defeatist. It's not Tony Stark.
No.
John Reynolds, trying to figure out time, space, and the price of cheese. I need more bananas. I have more bananas, so just to let you know. So, yes, and just have the pickled eggs in our fridge. No, Carla, no, not those pickled eggs. No. You missed that funny news. That's what happens when you're here late. John Reynolds, Tony Stark meets Elon Musk. Film at 11. Yeah. Exactly. There's a crossover that I think did happen. So meanwhile, as recounted in the X-Men Hellfire Gala 2023 one-shot, things aren't faring any better on Krakoa. Yeah, see, that's the living island, right? That I was talking about earlier that was featured in Giant Size X-Men #1. So between the poisoning of medicines given to the world by the island nation, the shutting down of Krakoa's gate technology, and the outright exile of mutants from the planet, all done courtesy of the anti-mutant group Orgus, this latest attempt at mutant sovereignty has been left hanging on by only the barest of bare threads. Oh, yeah, that's right, because apparently, from what I've heard, the X-Men now, or I suppose all mutants, have their own planet now.
Wow.
What?
From what I've heard, yeah, this is how far out of touch I am with Marvel, because Marvel writing has been so bad lately that apparently all the mutants have their own planet now. So
I'm out of touch with it as well. I'm listening to this. I'm thinking, didn't they already do this storyline from the late 90s, early 2000s? So they're rehashing storylines here.
Yeah, and to go back even further, I mean, you know, Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
You know, hunting down mutants. You know, Sentinels.
Mutant sovereignty with their own island nation, but now they've amped it up a bit and saying, oh, we have our own sovereign island planet.
Yeah, because Metropole was supposed to be where all the mutants lived, as far as I remember.
We talked about this just earlier in Stargate. Like, it's just rehashing of old stories. That's what we're scared of for that. And this is happening here. It's lazy writing.
Yeah, we've seen this. Well, the best example I can think of was Disney Star Wars. Like, oh, there's Death Star and Death Star 2, but wait, there's Star Killer Planet.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we can really kill them. We can kill them harder this time.
If JJ does another Star Wars episode, it'll be like Star Killer Dyson Sphere, right? Where it's the size of an entire star system or something like that, right?
Yeah.
We'll make it bigger and better so we can rebuild it.
This one goes to 11.
Oh my God. Oh God. I know, right? So, yeah. So exactly. This is another rehash of another storyline, essentially. Yeah. You're really not writing anything new at this point. So yeah, this is just bad. So
comic book universe from Marvel was separate from the movies, but it seems like they're trying to drive in more from the movie writers into that, because I still collect comics, and I find the last few are just they're canceling constantly now. Comics don't last anymore because writing is just bad. The only comic I still have that's still been going for years is Spawn, which isn't even Marvel. So like, was it the last was it the last Avengers one died after 50? Now the Immortal Hulk I liked, and it did, but again it ended after 50. And there was a bunch of other ones, Angela, which I loved, but that ended after not even 10. They don't write stories that last anymore, so I don't know what they're thinking.
No, they don't.
No, this is gonna. This might last 10, and I think it'll be done.
I'm just waiting for them to look back at what trends they can rehash. Maybe they'll get around to reintroducing the die-cut hollow foil laser embossed covers from the 90s. If we want to bring back past trends, let's do that. Let's have embossed chromium cover laser die cut.
Covers, metal covers, the big collage covers that you have to collect like about 12 of them to make a whole poster, kind of, my God.
X-Men #1, cough.
Exactly. Yes.
Buy them all.
If you don't, you're a loser. Right. You're not a true fan. So with both Tony and Emma both facing down the end of the universe's metaphorical barrel, next month's X-Men Volume 6. God, is it in Volume 6 now? Jeez. X-Men's Volume 6, number 26, and Invincible Iron Man's Volume 5, number 10, we'll see the pair say, "I do," in an observable attempt to fight back against their current situations. Krakoa has fallen, and for the first time in ages, the X-Men have their backs against the wall. Right? See, so it looks like they're trying to put a spin on John Size X-Men #1, right?
Yeah.
So where the old X-Men and the older X-Men, I guess, are all in trouble. So now we have to introduce, I guess, maybe new X-Men, probably. So reads the Marvel official synopsis of the upcoming event, Fall of X, calls for a bold new alliances, and as Emma Frost and Tony Stark's Hellfire Club partnership strengthens, so will their romantic feelings. First, in X-Men 26, the X-Men are taken back by Tony's shocking proposal, as well as Emma's answer of yes! Then, readers are cordially invited to the wedding of Anthony Edward Stark and Emma Grace Frost in Invincible Iron Man #10. Come join the lucky couple as they exchange your vows. Attire is Hellfire formal, orchestrated to follow. Oh, God. Please. Why, God? Why? So, yeah, so as this comic page, Krakoa has a bunch of rules, and most of its citizens are horny. But one thing I know, mutants don't love uninvited guests. Oh, really? Yeah, most of its citizens are horny. Well, good to know, Emma. Okay, great. So, Emma, we have a bogey coming in hot from space. X-Force says, stand down, armor darling. I've been expecting my guest. In fact, he's quite delinquent. Isn't that right, Anthony? Is the enemy of my enemy my friend this frost? So, oh, God. Oh, I like how they put that. Yeah. So first, Emma mentions about how horny the citizens are, and then the tagline for the end. Next, go big.
This is new levels of cringe. That makes no sense whatsoever.
No.
How does
I know.
How does one panel flow into the other?
Yeah.
Like she's horny and telepathic, and oh, there's Iron Man.
Yeah.
How does that connect?
Well, I gotta get my rocks off somehow. Oh, there you are. You'll do.
Yeah.
You know what? And oh my God. See, if there's one thing that so far I've learned from Hungry Boy, and as some of you in the chat might know, or know of Hungry Boy, he's a retired former Marvel artist, and I've been learning a lot of stuff from him. So, if you look at these panels, they're all essentially eye level shots. All of them. There's nothing dramatic about that. There's no, different perspectives that you're showing. There's no worm eye view. There's no, like bird's eye view or anything like that. They're just basically all on the level. It's all undramatic. It's all plain.
There's nothing dynamic there.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing. Even if you look at these panels right here, okay, you got one worm's eye view shot here of this tower or whatever it is, but basically everything is like all eye level shots. There's nothing dramatic. Sure, whoever's drawing it can draw, but no, there's really nothing dramatic happening here, right? So, but teasing the upcoming nuptials to IGN, Duncan explained, neither seems like the marrying type. Really. What this works and how it works is so much fun. This is whether their marriage works or not will need to be seen to be believed, and you'll have to buy it to find out. Yeah, of course.
I doubt it. I don't see Emma Grace Frost becoming Emma Grace Frost Stark.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They certainly don't seem like they're ready to be married to anyone, let alone each other. But life can change quickly. Yeah. No. Just no. It's because you know exactly what's going to happen. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong, or you guys in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong. And just like John Riddle is saying, break out the Kellogg's cringy flakes. Because it's true. Because you haven't suffered enough yet.
This is soap opera level writing.
Yes, it's going to last for probably, let's say for a year. Because what you're going to end up doing, what the writer's going to end up doing, is they're gonna build up tension for about over a year, right? Between the new couple, between Emma Frost and Tony Stark, and it's gonna seem like things are gonna go along great because now we got this big unified universe between the mutants and all the other superheroes in the Marvel universe, and things will go along great. But then it'll turn into something like the Civil War kind of thing, right? About whether or not the secret identities get exposed or not. Who wants to keep theirs and who wants to expose it? And this is what's going to happen. There's going to be a fight between the two. They'll get divorced. It'll be another big fight between Avengers, X-Men kind of thing. And then basically this issue is not going to be worth anything.
Now then Emma will turn up pregnant and have to sue for child support or alimony. I mean, in the next episode, as the MCU churns, or days of our mutant lives,
Oh God, what do you think? What do you think, Tom?
Well, I just had this thought of we go to the opening of the show. His balls are going to be in the fridge too.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm going to say right now, poor Stan Lee is rolling in his grave. He's got to be.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. James Caserta, yeah. Strange New Worlds. We're witnessing the unraveling. Exactly. Because
I don't know. As a person who collects comics still, at least Todd still stays loyal to storytelling. Great panels, like you were referring to earlier. Everything like Spawn is still well done. Hence why it's still lasted for, for so many issues, and it's still one because he doesn't tailor off. He doesn't cater to the modern check the box and do here to this. And no, he actually does.
He doesn't.
So, but Marvel, they're lost, even in the comics, and
They are. And to everybody that's in the chat, whether you're on Rebel or on YouTube, if you can hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. On top of that, because I don't say that often enough, and I might as well just say that now, just because I'm filling time as we speak right now. So, and John Riddle, on the wedding night, Tony Stark finds out that Emma's actually Dylan. Oh my God. No, jeez.
That's right. You're allowed to say it here, but
an unexpected turn.
Yeah,
dun, dun, dun.
say, but come that night after the wedding. I mean, is something being strapped? Anyway,
yeah, tuck and roll. So,
Tony, bend over. Anyway,
so. Because as you saw, that cover for Iron Man 10, introducing Mr. and Mrs. Emma Frost.
Exactly.
So,
that's cover art. That's
horrible. Now that is suffering. Exactly, John. Yep. This is the cover art. So, I mean, the only thing I'll say is at least whoever drew this can draw, but damn, make it look better.
The only thing I've seen worse is a image cover art on an old Valiant book from like the 2010s or something. Back before Valiant died off. Well, they're not completely dead. They published one book a month.
Yeah, that's true. That face on Captain America just looks wrong. I don't know why. It just does. For some odd reason. I don't know, just the way he's smiling, it just looks off.
His grin takes up half his face.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I just won't load it. But anyway.
Yeah, precisely, right? Jeez. I don't know about this. I know it's done to... Is this supposed to be Pepper Potts? Because I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Pepper Potts. I thought Pepper Potts and Tony were a thing. Like, I mean, aside from the movies... But, I mean, I know that, like, way back when Pepper was into Happy, right? And they were supposed to be together. And I don't know. See, and this is about how out of touch with Marvel I am. Then I thought Pepper was getting it together with Tony. And I don't know. Maybe that didn't work out or something like that. I haven't the faintest idea.
It's a soap opera.
It is. God.
Like, what are they thinking? Who in the writer's room is going to say, who is this to appease? Because let's be honest, comic book fans are not going to want this. We got to appease the extreme, but they don't buy your comics. So why are you trying to appease people that don't even give you the money? That makes no sense.
I know. I don't know. It's just trying to. It's like they're just trying to salvage everything possibly to try to save it. I mean, but they can't. It's totally 100% about the writing because I mean, like we just read before. I mean, what volume on X-Men are they on now? Volume 6 and Iron Man Volume 5. The only way you get different volumes is because the previous series did not sell whatsoever, and you're trying to reboot it again.
Yeah,
it's not selling, guys. Marvel, you're not selling books. I don't care how many times you try to reboot the series whatsoever. You're dead.
No, and they've tried. I'm going to say I will stand up for the Immortal Hulk. I like the way that was told. That was a really dark story of how Bruce Banner, the Hulk, derived from him being abused by his father. They finally delved into that story, and I was like, "Ooh, that was really well done." But then it ended after 50, and they got some good writers there still, but this just seems like the movie writers are coming in. Oh, we got to make this extremely woke, and let's do this, and we got to cuckold Tony, and no, what?
Yeah, no, I got to agree with you. Oh, what? 1 second, Republic. Carla Burton says, the problem is to get money from banks these days. There are ESG scores made by the WEF to ruin society. Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Watch out for those ESG scores.
Let's be honest, they own Canada. Anyway.
Yeah. What were you saying, Republic?
Oh, I was just thinking back to, given the state that Disney is in, the financial troubles they're having, they're looking at selling off parts of Disney, and Iger is. I mean, could this be the final nail in the Marvel coffin for Disney to go, or Iger go, okay, maybe I just sell off Marvel and recoup some of the losses?
Maybe.
Well, I've heard tell of George Lucas is planning on rebuying Star Wars back. I don't know if that's
true. One of the many rumors, because I was looking at this a few weeks back. I did a little live stream on this, like the Disney rumor mill, because it's the gift that keeps on giving. There's so many rumors out there swirling about what Iger might do. How bad are they really? I mean, are they at a point where Iger is going to start selling off the MCU, Marvel? They have the strange Hulu deal that I don't quite understand. Somehow they have to buy 33% of Hulu from Comcast to do something, which I don't understand. It's like, you already have Disney Plus on as a streaming service. Why do you need Hulu as well? And then if you're losing hundreds of millions of dollars, some say it was 800 million loss, some say it's $1 billion loss last year. I mean, every time I turn around, it's like they're hemorrhaging money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this. This is how far down can they continue to go before they go, okay, we need to sell something off as a tax write-off?
Yeah, exactly. John Randall says, why is there no Captain Paraguay? I don't know why. Killer Rabbit from Space, hello, I'm back. I'm popping in and out because I'm making mystery meat soup for supper later.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
So I don't panic the H. Okay. Well, you humans don't ask about the mystery.
No.
I want to know about the mystery. Carla Burton says, the best thing to come out of Lucasfilm is the Monkey Island game. Yes, I remember that. That was a pretty damn good game. I love that game. That was good. John Reynolds, why is there no Wombat Man?
Just out of curiosity, just by hypothetical, who would you want to buy Marvel if they decided to sell? Because I darn sure don't want Warner Brothers to take DC, considering what they're doing with the new DC universe. I'm like, no.
Right. I wouldn't want Netflix to buy it. It's like the only major player out there is incredibly Apple Plus or Apple, because they have their own streaming service, Apple Plus. But given the treatment I've seen from their adaptation of the Isaac Asimov Foundation novel, I don't think I'd want them touching it. There are no other major players aside from maybe Elon Musk.
Yeah, you got a point. I mean, if I won the lottery, like say, I don't know, $60 million, I would wait for this to tank so hard and buy it.
Yeah, I'd be like that dirty old man off of RoboCop saying, I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, exactly. In keeping with the event's wedding imagery, Invincible Iron Man Volume 5, I love how they just keep on putting Volume 5, number 10, will also receive a set of variant covers. Oh, there we go. We got variant covers. Yes, from illustrator Megan Hedrick. Based on the iconic description of Peter Parker and Mary Jane's wedding, featured on the cover to 1987's Amazing Spider-Man Annual Number or Volume 1, number 21. The variant cover will be made available in two formats, one depicting the character in superhero attire above, which you guys saw right here, obviously, and one featuring them in fashionable formal wear below. Ooh, yes, because that's going to make all the difference right there.
Buy both covers. Once again, there you go. Let's buy multiple covers. Yay.
Exactly. You got to get it, because if you don't, loser. So I've noted about, though, Marvel presumably believes readers will rush to the stands to indulge in the novelty of a superhero marriage. Like, we haven't seen that a bunch of times. They don't seem to realize that both their abuse of this gimmick in recent years, as well as their tendency to have these storylines ultimately amount to nothing, has led readers to grow desensitized to its use. Well, yeah, because I don't know, how many marriages have we really been through? Okay, we've had Peter Parker and Mary Jane. We've had Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic. We've had Scott and Jean. Let's see, who else? We have Black Panther and Storm.
Yep,
right?
I was thinking of that one.
Yep. And then I think we also had, right here, from the politically divided union of Black Panther and Storm to the eventually annulled marriage of Deadpool and Sigla. I never knew that happened. To the whole bait and switch surrounding Kitty Pryde and Colossus ceremony in 2018's X-Men Gold Volume 2, number 30. Marvel readers have come to presume that any wedding bells rung by the publisher will eventually fade out in favor of the status quo. That is right. So, because, well, that always happens. It seems like lately, unless, of course, you're the Fantastic Four, and there's a marriage that has totally lasted. So, God, not even Peter Parker's marriage lasted, you know?
No.
So, the only one to survive is Reed Richards and Sue Storm, which that's the way it should be, you know?
Yep.
Further, it seems particularly insulting that Marvel would promote the wedding of Iron Man and Emma Frost by referencing Spider-Man and Mary Jane's marriage, as is the case with Hedrick's variant covers. Ever since the infamous events in 2008's One More Day, that was a bad story. J. Michael Straczynski should not have wrote that whatsoever, you know, and if you've read it, you know exactly what I mean. Fans have been clamoring for the publisher to retcon the former EIC's Joe Quesada's career-staining storyline, yet in the 15 years since Marvel has only continued to insist that Spider fans really want the pair to be broken up. No, they didn't. Nobody wanted that whatsoever. Consistently teasing their reunion to immediately snatch it away once sales begins to dip. Yeah, you heartless bastards. Only recently, this belief made itself known in Zeb Wells' widely panned run on Amazing Spider-Man, wherein the man who assassinated Ben Reilly chose to break up the two and introduce a new boyfriend for Mary Jane, right when their relationship was on the upswing following the end of his predecessor Nick Spencer's run on the title. So in case you guys haven't noticed or haven't read, which I'm sure some of you guys haven't, yes, because Peter was, you know, talking back with MJ, trying to make things a go of this and stuff like that. And MJ's like, no, don't call me again. Click. And what happened? Because MJ got married to another guy, and on top of that, has a kid with said guy. So, thus furthering the rift between Peter and Mary Jane.
Yeah, no, I just sent you actually the cover. There is a similarities in the covers I noticed, and so once again, they can't even have that much originality in cover types as well. So I'm like, because if you remember, I do remember that. I'm like, oh, I see the similarities in the Peter Parker Mary Jane cover to that. So,
yeah, they're rehashing storylines and cover art. That's great.
And that being said, yes, hail to you, Canadian Spider-Man, and your spidey senses were tingling just as I was starting to read this too. So, there you go. It worked. His spidey senses worked. So, I'll see if I can, see that cover. But yeah, I mean, I got no hope, whatever for this. No. It's just going to be, it's just another way to boost sales, and I freaking hate it.
A little thing I'm going to bring up, like I mentioned, like who they're going to sell to. This, I've said this years ago, is when it becomes a monopoly and only one company owns so much, and then there's less company. This stuff is going to have to happen. I said this was going to happen years ago because I'm like, no, there's too much of a monopoly on like DC and Marvel, and then Disney. All these companies buying up everything. This happens because they don't have enough time to concentrate on one product, and they just no.
Now, if Marvel does crash, I mean, I know I'd like to see maybe Ethan Van Sciver and Eric July pool their resources and perhaps buy the property. I don't know. I mean, that's who I'd like to see. Somebody actually cares about comic books. Maybe not them per se, but just somebody who actually cares about the 80 years, 60, 70, 80 years worth of history behind these characters.
Yeah.
Whether it's Marvel and Marvel.
I mean, why tear it all apart?
Yeah.
Now, I'm just out of curiosity. This is just a hypothetical. Todd McFarlane is worth $300 million. I wonder if he'd be okay to buy it, and he not, because I mean, let's be honest, he worked for Marvel at one time. He's the one who reinvented Spider-Man spiderwebs. So, and he's a guy who still does amazing with the comics. So that's, if anybody.
And there's the cover.
Yeah,
there it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I mean, except it's just basically copying it.
Yeah, this is the better cover because I like the art style here.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I have this actually somewhere, but I was like, I knew it looked familiar. So,
John Romita Sr., isn't it?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
So there is like a signature in the lower left of the cover right there. I can't quite make that out.
No, can't. But I'm pretty sure. This is Romita Sr.
It looks like Romita. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's somebody, if he would be willing to do it, I think Todd could save it. I really do. That'd be a hope. That's just a far out there. But
James Gazerta is Black Widow with Spidey Nemesis. You don't think so, wouldn't you? So, I think so. It's quite possible. I mean, Black Widow and all that. Yeah. Oh. Well, okay. This is the other thing I wanted to dive into, okay? Because there's been a few talks on and off, and I know we only got probably around 50 minutes left, but I just want to make this quick because there's been talk of Fantastic Four around lately that I just happened to see this, okay? So a rumor going around that a Latino actor is set to play Galactus in Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four film. And I'm like, what? Like, no, just don't do this. Don't do that. Unless, of course, he just does not have a Latino accent. But apparently there's a new rumor that claims a Latino actor will play Galactus in the upcoming Marvel's Fantastic Four film. Now, if there's one thing you do not mess with, at least for me, okay, is you don't mess with, first of all, any of the characters in the Marvel Universe. Second of all, you do not mess with anything of Jack Kirby's characters whatsoever. It's bad enough they did it with Eternals, but, and then I saw something earlier on that, of course, they're going to make Sue Storm, the head of the Fantastic Four, the leader of the Fantastic Four, which, oh God, oh man, it's just not right. It's not right because the Fantastic Four are a family. It's not one trying to upstage the other.
No.
And
but so yeah.
Exactly, right? But first and foremost, do not mess with any of Jack the King Kirby's creation.
And
this being like Galactus.
Galactus should be somebody you build up over multiple movies because he's like Thanos, even more so. I mean, he's a character you have to build up. You can't just hit one of it. So no.
I know. Like, it was bad enough that we got, Rise of the Silver Surfer Cloud Galactus, but this is just, I would rather have that than this. But this going on, latest rumor comes courtesy of Scooper Jeff Schneider during an appearance on the Hot Mic on the show with John Roca's YouTube channel, stated that the main villain is Galactus and until Galactus will be Latino. Well, we kind of already knew that Galactus was going to be like a big baddie, I suppose, after Phase 4 or something like that. We knew Galactus was coming because, there was talk all over about that. But, so not only does Schneider claim that a Latino actor will play Galactus, but he posted that Vanessa Kirby had locked up the role of Sue Storm and that the character will be the lead in the film. Oh, boy! No, didn't I? They were going to make her the lead. Because everything has to be MCU, and you can't dare have anything that has family all working together.
Like if she's
Screw that.
Yes, because that's the way it goes. But no, we're gonna make her the boss of everybody.
Yeah, you can't have a strong, positive male role model, let alone the head of a family, the traditional nuclear family.
Yep.
We can't have that anymore. That's old-fashioned.
That's right. The Titan says Hollywood loves its virtue signaling, just like how they celebrated that diverse cast in ROTB. Then went and cut most of the lines and characters out of the movie. Yep, exactly.
Virtue signaling, those check boxes aren't going to check themselves,
That's right, exactly. Especially how, what was it, a few months ago, we went through the Oscar qualifications to receive an Oscar because you had to have this and that and the other thing.
Yep.
He said, I have seen enough. We're calling it here at the Hot Mic. Vanessa Kirby is cast as Sue Storm. When asked by Rocha if Kirby will indeed be Storm, Snyder affirmed, that is what I'm hearing from the sources. He later added, I've talked to folks and it sounds like Vanessa Kirby. While promoting Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Kirby addressed previous rumors she would be taking on the role, telling comicbook.com, I can say it would be an honor. Snyder went on to claim that his sources are telling him that Jack Quaid will play Johnny Storm. For Johnny Storm, it sounds like it's going to be the popular fan cast Jack Quaid. However, he said he wasn't fully positive about it, noting he was only 80 to 85% positive. A little bit later on, Snyder revealed a source contacted him and said Quaid would not be playing Johnny Storm. Shortly after an original rumor about Quaid playing Johnny Storm began making its rounds on social media, Jack Quaid responded and said he will not be playing Johnny Storm. He tweeted, hello, everyone. Nope, not playing Johnny Storm, but hey, I'm flattered. Now that you're here, though, donate to the whole writer's strike, blah, 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 blah. So, as for Reed Richards, Snyder does not believe that Matt Smith will play the character. You know what? I'm okay with that. Matt Smith not playing Reed Richards. I don't know why.
Yeah, he doesn't fit.
I don't know. He doesn't really fit. So he explained the big rumor has been about Matt Smith as Reed Richards. Here's what I'll say about that. I don't think it's happening. I think that they did talk to him. The report that came out was that he did get an offer ahead of the strike or whatever it was. And on last week's show, we sort of said that Adam Driver wasn't interested in the script. They had presented him, but again, there's going to be another script that comes in from Josh Friedman. So I do think that they could go back to Adam Driver. Yes, we do think that they could go back to Matt Smith, potentially. Yes, but as of right now, I think that Reed Richards is an open role. I don't think they have their Reed Richards yet. Yeah, Adam Driver.
That's very telling if they don't really care about him if they're not even no. So I've lost hope right there just because we don't care who plays Reed Richards. He's going to be a side character. So
that's what it seems like, doesn't it? Now, yeah. James Caserta. Yeah, I'm ashamed to call myself a nerd. No, dude. You know what? Don't be ashamed to call yourself a nerd. Okay? Because if it isn't for us nerds trying to fight back at all of this, we would probably get even crappier movies and TV shows than we already have right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
we would.
For example, okay, look at what happened with Doomcock, with him reporting on Indy 5, okay? And they were originally going to kill off Indy. And they had 6 different endings that they tried to piddle, each of which tried to kill Indy, but nobody liked it. It got I think a 35% approval rating, and that's bad. But if it wasn't for the fans complaining, for all us nerds complaining, then then they would have killed off Indy. Just putting it out there. The Titan, if you think about it, Galactus is a Latino. Is racist. Galactus is the alien that crosses borders and steals all the resources.
Oh
my God! Oh, dude, that's perfect. Oh, frig! I never looked at it that way. So, was Latin Galactus born in East LA? Oh my God!
Goodness.
Oh, jeez. Yes. I think you're right. Yeah, he was probably born in East LA.
Meanwhile, at the southern border.
Yes, that's right. Meanwhile, at the Mexican-Texas border, more illegals are trying to cross over the barbed wire fence and alligators and landmines and stuff like that. I don't know. So, here's what I'm hoping, okay? Because in the last 2 Fantastic Four movies, okay, that abomination that came out in 2015, God, I hate that Fantastic Four movie with a passion.
Yes.
And the one that they did, what was it, in 2008, 2009? I forget which it was. 2007, the first one? Okay? For the love of God, okay? Dr. Doom comes from this East European country of Latveria, okay? For the love of God, have them have an accent, like a heavy East European accent of some sort. I don't care if it sounds Polish. I don't care if it sounds, like just something like that. That gives like a heavy East European, sinister kind of accent, because that's where it comes from. Latveria, which is like somewhere in Eastern Europe. If they do this stupid like American accent of some sort, not bashing America whatsoever, but just to keep in character with Dr. Doom, he's supposed to have like some deep menacing, accent of some sort, to be something menacing to Fantastic Four. I don't care what it was, but just at least have that, right?
Yeah.
God. Because if I hear that one more time, like that guy from, what was it, Nip Tuck or something? Oh, God.
I forget. It's sad that the most comic book accurate Fantastic Four movie so far has been Roger Corman's Fantastic Four.
Yes, and I've seen that. And for as bad as that was, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really honestly did. So, but Snyder also detailed that they were looking for an overweight white guy to play the Thing, Okay. He specifically said that Paul Walker Hauser will not play the role. He also shared that he does not believe that Eben Moss Brachwitz will play the character. However, he thinks that Moss will have a role in the movie and shared his own personal theory that he could play Silver Surfer. Okay, sure, I'll give it that much. But for the love of God, don't give me a Galactus with some sort of Latino accent. I will die. I will literally die if that happens. Oh God. So yeah, I saw that. I thought it was interesting. Galactus, Latino. Oh God, I can't stop hiccuping because I'm just upset at this. Yeah, don't give me a Latino
I
Galactus.
agree with you. The Doom was totally, and that's another major character too. But
yeah,
on Doom.
Oh.
He's a huge character. I mean,
yeah,
I know.
A good recurring villain. Of course, they'll introduce Doom, and then they'll probably kill him off in a couple of movies because we can't have recurring villains.
Yeah.
Yep. And hail, Appion. How's it going, dude? Leaving a like and a hello. Have a great stream. I will, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a villain you just can't kill. You can't, because he's too major of a villain to just die like a bitch, basically. Forget the analogy, but we're killing out a lot of characters in movies, and I get it. You have to defeat the big bad guy, and I understand that. But Doom is he's beyond your average supervillain.
Yeah,
he is.
No, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just do that. So, John Rendell, George Hamilton from Zorro, the gay blade as Galactus. Jeez. Oh God, no! Please no! So,
Cheech Marin.
Yeah, I'm about you.
Killer Rabbit from Space. Cheech Marin. That's the voice of Galactus.
That's the voice of Galactus. And so I got to eat your blood right now. I got the munchies. I've been sucking at the vapors from the Horsehead Nebula. So I am a tad bit hungry. So God, that would work. Yeah, I suppose.
Yes, I want them to do this. I want them to go no holds barred, full tilt boogie, to do whatever it is they want.
Yep.
I want to see it. I want to revel in it.
Yep.
So that when Marvel does finally crash and burn, maybe somebody will come along and pick up.
Glad to see it here, man. He's not here, man.
Who is it?
Earth.
Me.
Have him pull up to Earth and is taught to world ship, and it looks like a lowrider.
Yes, a primer gray lowrider with mag wheels and the chain link steering wheel that you see Galactus out there polishing the primer gray.
Yeah,
rag.
exactly.
It looks great.
Oh, jeez. Can you imagine?
No, I can't imagine. That's exactly it. I can't imagine this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
No.
I know. No, this can't happen. Just.
It's been par for the course so far.
Yeah,
but
sweet merciful crap.
Like whatchamacallit said earlier about bad to be a nerd. Never feel bad about being a nerd because we can make a change. Look what happened with the Flash. It bombed so bad it went streaming, and now they're starting to. Now they're estimating. The rumor is, Blue Beetle's gonna already made 30. No, how can you tell that until it comes out? I still, they're trying to hype it up. They're hyping it up already before it's even released. You can't do that.
They're trying.
No, you can't.
They're doing preemptive damage control.
Yeah.
All the while, you look at what happened recently at Comic-Con. We have Comicsgate creators appearing at Comic-Con.
Yep.
We have Eric July showing up there, touting his book. That wouldn't have happened a few years ago. So things are shifting. The winds are changing.
Yep.
Yes.
That's right. John Randall. Oh, God. George C. Scott is Wonder Woman. You know what? Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Jeez. Yeah, I'll be telling you about Patton.
That'll make a AI art generator break.
Yeah, exactly. And like Carla says, yeah, they're stealing all the nerd properties and ruining them. They are.
Yep.
So they really are. But that's pretty much at the 2-hour mark. I want to thank everybody that dropped in today. I really, really appreciate it. Because these people's names aren't going to be reading themselves. So we're going to be thanking Lenrod that dropped in. Actually, he was the first that was in today. And, of course, our lovely Carla Burton that showed up as well. And along with Wendy, Trauma Warrior, that dropped in as well, who probably might still be lurking as far as I know. And the new one that dropped by, Killer Rabbit from Outer Space. I love that name. God. I hope you stick around some more. Because, you know what? The way I see it, Raymond Feliciano has Snortopupus, and I think I need a killer animal as well. So, welcome, Killer Rabbit from Space. I hope you stick around from here on in, because I want a dangerous animal as well. So, and JRC99, who also dropped by as well. I appreciate you, dude, and thank you for all that you do in the Navy, and protecting your country of the United States of America, as you provide hopefully cover for Canada as well. And we also had James Caserta that dropped in. Hail, James Caserta. And we also had the Titan and Tim the Enchanter, because I like his icon as well, because as we all know, he is Tim the Enchanter from Monty Python and Search for the Holy Grail. Yeah. So just like our Carla Budden, who is a Red Dwarf fan, we love her and all her nerdiness as well. So see, we get all the nerds here. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd, like we've exclaimed before. Celebrate your nerdiness and all that it has for you. And we also had Dadman Walking, and dude, your YouTube channel is blowing up like crazy and almost at 500. So all of you out there, check out Dadman Walking. And I believe I mentioned the Titan, and I'm glad that he's here as well. And I hope that he is enjoying his 750th subscriber prize. And we also had Hojo, that I believe is the comic creator that I think, if that is the same Hojo that I know on Twitter, that currently has his issue out on Fund My Comic. Check out fundmycomic.com and check out the comic that he has as well. And of course, my Fez brother, John Rendell, also in the chat as well. Hail, my Fez brother, John Rendell. And it's been a long time, but I'm glad that you're back here, because I really, really missed you. And I got to see what Penny is up to, because Penny hasn't been here in a while as well. So, and oh yeah, and the Lost Wonder dropped in as well. Hey, dude, how's it going, my man? My favorite American hockey player. So, and also check out his podcast that he does online as well. And if I had the link, I would share it right now. But if he wants to share it in the chat, he can go ahead and do that. So I didn't see you earlier, Last Wanderer, so hail to you. And everybody's favorite Spider-Man, Canadian Spider-Man, who grew up pretty much in the same neighborhood as I did, all the way back in New Brunswick in Gondola Point, who is also in another part of Canada. I won't reveal where, but hail Canadian Spider-Man. And oh yeah, he's awesome, dude. He is quite the world traveler, I tell you not. So, and Atyon, who has dropped by at probably at the behest of Admiral Teague, because he has a live broadcast going on as well right now. And who else happened to drop by? I'm just going through everybody so I don't miss anybody. And that seems to be it. So, Foggy Brains, my Foggy Brains, tell us and regale us a tale of your channel and what might be going on.
Well, again, working on the calendars, the books, and as for the Foggy Brains, we're just creating new characters. If you follow the TikTok's used for advertising, but I created a new character with the certain unicorn, and you can always follow that. And of course, the regular every Friday night at 10 p.m. Atlantic, we have the YouTube channel and YouTube show I premiere every night on Fridays.
Nice.
That's about it. Keeping it busy.
Anything special in the works?
Like I said, the book. That's separate for the Thomas Hill Creations. That's my own separate end. That's my personal stuff as a photographer. I am working on that, getting the book out, and hopefully I can sell that across the city and more. And it's all black and white photography of my city, and I'm going to be doing black and white photography of my province and beyond if I can hopefully build this career. So let's wait and see.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Nice. That's right. I'm going to get a link and add in the calendar that you did, because I got that hanging right here in my shop right beside me, actually, as we speak right now. So, yeah, probably something that Canadian Spider-Man would be interested in if he's interested in another calendar, because he's from our neck of the woods. So there you go. Yeah, I know, right? So, small world. And Pop Culture Republic, what you got going on, my dear sir?
Oh, goodness. A whole lot of insanity, and I might be able to do a spur of the moment live stream later tonight at my usual late night time, either tonight or I'll push it off until Wednesday night.
Right.
Just about usually the free time I have to do stuff is like at the midnight hour. But Pop Culture Republic, my channel, where I talk about just about anything and everything pop culture related, movies, TV shows, comic books, novels, things here and there and whatever.
Nice. And there we go. And subscribe to these fine gentlemen here.
Thank you all.
Killer Rabbit from Space, thank you for the shout out, Crusader. I appreciate it, my bunny overlord. So please don't kill me or us.
That is a good icon right there for a channel.
I know, I love that.
Space.
God, I love it. I just love it.
That rabbit's dynamite.
My daughter would love that so much, just because she's into slight offbeat kind of animalistic horror like that. So, yeah. Plus, on top of that, it reminds me of Elvira from Tiny Toons. And I'm gonna love you and hug you and squeeze you and love you forever.
That reminds me of Killer Clowns from Outer Space as well. That Killer Rabbit from Space.
Oh yes. God, there's a classic remake that they need to do. So, to everybody in the chat, thank you for coming by on this Titillating Tuesday. I'm going to see if I can do another Friday show, because that actually
was fun.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2 years on YouTube, and that turned out actually more fun than I thought it was. So, yeah, and I appreciate everybody that showed up on Friday and kept it on the rewind, because we just went pretty much through almost all of 2 years of history of YouTube funny videos of everything that I covered. My God. So yes, John. Yes, George C. Scott as Elvira. So, God, no, I could just imagine him in that dress. Damn. Talk about something burning my retinas for all eternity now. So to everyone in the chat, thank you very much for showing up on another Titillating Tuesday. Stay tuned next week for another Titillating Tuesday, and more than likely this Friday for a Frantic Friday. And subscribe to these fine gentlemen that showed up today. That makes a Titillating Tuesday happen as well. And from all of us here on the panel, thank you very much for joining by. I really appreciate it. And we shall bid you adieu. See ya.
Ciao.
Later. And yes, some of the best stuff is from space. That is true. So